Hello, I'm Kay McDonald, host of the Power of Charms podcast and interview series. And we focus on wonderful stories of hope, impact, um, great things people are doing, and of course, the clients that we work with. Charity Charms is the company that I own, and we specialize in making memorable products that nonprofits can use to raise awareness, raise funds, and engage their communities. And my guest today is super special. We have worked with each other for years. I think it goes back to 2014. This is Jenny Hubbard, and she is the founder director of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Sanctuary and Foundation. And Catherine, you started your charity out of tragedy. You lost your dear daughter, Catherine, at the Sandy Hook massacre, and obviously my condolences. Difficult to talk about. I know that you have taken the grief from that and turned it into hope and turned it into this amazing foundation and inspiration. And so I would love for you to share the story of how you did it, because I think you did it a month after the event. You started it, how you did it, and how it's grown. And then we'll just keep talking about all the wonderful things that you're doing. So introducing my friend, Jenny Hubbard.
Thanks for having me, Kay. I am thrilled to be here and just grateful to be able to talk about what we're doing together and the project that's going to be exciting in June. The sanctuary was started really it was a mistake. It was a typographical error in Catherine's obituary, which has turned into the most amazing project. When we wrote Catherine's obituary, we asked that donations in her memory be sent to the Animal Center in Newtown. And I thought that the Animal Center was the Animal Control Center. We were, you have to include the address and the mailing information. And so, as we're filling out this information, I had said to folks in the room, like, can you get the address for the Animal Control Center? So someone Googled it, came up Animal Center. They gave us the address. My sister-in-law was like, I don't think that's right. And we were like, really? And it got lost in the shuffle. And she was right. It was not the Animal Control Center. And we ended up meeting with the women that ran the Animal Center of Newtown. They've since dissolved. It was a nonprofit organization that rescued cats. They were beginning to help support dogs. So they're really an amazing group of women. They received significant amount of money in a very short period of time. And so they came and they met us at the house and sat at the dining room table and said, we don't want to use these funds until we've talked to you about the best way to honor your beautiful daughter. And they said our hope would be to build an animal sanctuary, to which I said, what is that? And they responded, it's a place where children would see their own innate beauty in the animals that they encountered. And they had this beautiful vision. We had no idea what we were getting into, but we said, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And so my role initially was simply to help with mission and values, making sure that the organization would be grounded in what was innately Catherine and what she stood for. I have a marketing background, so some of the branding, logos and that sort of stuff. And that was 11 years, almost 12 years ago. I'm still here. The sanctuary was built on the premise of Catherine's desire to make sure that animals knew that with her, she'd be safe. We love to share her story of when she would collect animals in the yard. The rule in our house was you had to send them back at the end of the day. Because I really do believe that Catherine was going to be this kid that was going to start amassing until she had Noah's Ark assembled in her room. And so she had this really great grace about her in the send-off. And it was this ritual of like, she had to do certain things. And part of that included this little tiny whisper of send off that asked whatever creature she happened to have to tell their friends that she was kind. And so, like, she was 6. And so, in her little innocent mind, this creature was going back to its people somewhere in the world. And that if they knew that she was kind, they would come back in droves. And so, what we do here is we promote compassion and acceptance by the way that we teach and care for and protect habitats of all of the animals that are in our midst. We believe, and the work that we do helps us to ensure that all animals live free from harm, in whether it be a home, if it's a companion animal, or a habitat, if it's wildlife. Eventually, when the sanctuary is built, we'll support farm animals somehow. We'll make sure that they live out their days safely on a domestic farm. But we have remained really steadfast in ensuring that what we do ensures that all animals that are in our midst know human kindness and know safety, because we believe that that's Catherine's whisper continuing on through life. So
the impact that you've made is just amazing.
oh, let me tell you, it's insane. We were gifted 34 acres. The state conveyed to the foundation in 2014, 34 acres of property. And
how did you do? I have to stop you. How on earth did you do that?
You know, the one thing, if there's a life lesson that I've learned over the past 12 years, it is that people truly are kind. Like, people are kind. And I think that when you ask with the right intention and the right heart, people will respond in kind. And so we have taken it step by step by step, day by day by day, just doing the right thing right now. And trusting that by doing the right thing right now, it will lead to the next right result. And we have not gotten it right the whole time.
No
Like,
one does.
we've taken some detours and
Sure.
we've made some mistakes, but we always seem to get back on track. I mean, I'm a huge person of faith. And so for me, I know that this is a purpose that is bigger than me, that's God-given, that when all is said and done, I'm just here to shepherd this sanctuary to, whatever place it needs to be under my watch. My hope is that it's here forever, and that whoever comes behind me will shepherd it to where it needs to go next.
And you have an angel looking down on you.
I do.
Directing you, I think.
I
Catherine would have turned 18 on June 8th this year, correct?
Yep. Yep.
So, that's my birthday too. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness, you are doing a beautiful event on June 8th. It's the Butterfly Garden Party. Can you tell us about that event?
Yeah, so the butterfly party was really my first attempt to honor Catherine's birthday through the sanctuary. I really felt like it was important that we honored her life and celebrate it. Birthday parties were a huge deal in our house, and they were always backyard parties with family and friends. And as the kids, I have 2 children, Catherine and Frederick. So as the kids grew up, like, the parties would get a little bit bigger because they'd invite their classmates, and so
And they
it
probably
was
had animals too, right?
oh,
At
and
the party.
for Catherine, it would start in May. Like, Catherine, what are we doing for your birthday party? Because they were backyard parties, and like the crafts and everything was hand done, and the decorations, and it was a big deal. And so she would start. Now she'd be like, we'd start talking about your birthday and what's the theme of the birthday party. And it always started with an all the animals animal party. And we'd have to narrow it down over the course of a couple of weeks just to be able to narrow the focus so that we could have something that honored whatever she was passionate about. And it always included some type of animal. When she was 2, she had a horse party. At 3, it was the butterfly party. She was
Oh.
the animal fairy. 4 was the purple butterfly party. She did a fairy party so that she could be the animal fairy. The whole point of the party was. So, it just, when we started talking about what do we do to honor her life? Because I do think it, as hard as it is, losing a child, I think that when I'm able to celebrate her life and her legacy and be able to see the good that she's inspired in this world, it's so uplifting and so positive. And so the idea was to create an afternoon that would celebrate Catherine, but also provide the community a glimpse of the work that we do at the sanctuary. We have 3 arms of programming. One is direct care to animals. Right now, that is the Senior Paw Project, which we partner with municipal housing authorities and affordable housing communities, and provide wellness, prescriptive care, food, veterinary wellness, prescriptive care, food, and when needed, respite care to the pets of older adults. These folks are struggling
Sure.
to live and on a fixed income.
And their pets are such a big part of their lives.
For a lot of them, it's their only source of daily companionship and purpose. And so when they fall on some sort of financial pitfall, like their air conditioner breaks and they have to replace it. Like for us, that's not a big deal. Like we can do it. It might hurt a little. For them, it crushes them, because most of the seniors that we work with are left with anywhere between $750 and $1,000 a month to pay for groceries, to pay for any of their living expenses. So when a veterinary wellness exam costs $250, now they're making decisions between their own health and their pet's health and food. At the end of, we have one client who at the end of the month is left buying tuna fish so that her Jack Russell Terrier, Jack, can maintain his diet for 2 reasons. She doesn't want him to suffer with having to change his food, but 2, it's also a gastro thing, because when you start changing up food of these older adults' pets, now you're dealing with, possible belly issues, and it's hard to get out and walk them. And now they're cleaning up messes and litter boxes. So it's sort of spiral. So the Senior Paw Project, we've partnered with 47 different communities. We've supported over 450 pets. We spend about $1,000 a pet annually. And once they're in the program, this is not just a one-time payout. This is an annual. They're with us for the rest of that pet's life. So every year we're investing $1,000 into these clients. So that's our care to animals. We love to put animals in family homes. And so the butterfly party shares our glimpse of our animal work through the 30 rescues that come to the event. We have 30 animal rescue organizations. It's not just cats and dogs. It's cats and dogs and parrots and goats and llamas, horses. So one whole side of the green allows us to say, for this one afternoon, to the rescue groups, just come. There's no cost to the rescues. They don't have to bring their tents. They don't have to bring tables. We have a core of volunteers. It's a sea of purple. The volunteers that come, they love to be a part of the day. And so the rescue groups come and we say, let us love on you.
Oh, that's so amazing.
And
how many people will you expect to come to your event this year?
It's about 12,000 people that come. They come from Washington, D.C. all the way up to Maine, so sort of on the East Coast.
Huge.
It's free. The event is the butterfly party is completely free. We have people that have told us that they wait to adopt their cat or dog or whatever until the butterfly party because they want
Oh,
to adopt at Catherine's butterfly party. It's amazing. So that's one side of the green, and that the butterfly party highlights our work with providing shelter for animals, care, home, finding homes, keeping animals in homes. The other side, it's a big long green. So like picture a rectangle. The left side are all of these adoptable pets. On the right side of the green is our other arm of work that we do at the sanctuary. We believe that if we can teach people how to care for animals, then they will care for them and they become kinder. There's something unlocked in a person when they understand their responsibility to the natural world around them. And so our educational efforts teach kids K-6. We have a curriculum that goes into the science classrooms. It's transitioning to field trips at the sanctuary where we, on Friday, we had a bus of kids come from one of our independent schools here locally. And so our curriculum is offered to students at no cost to the school districts. The other thing that we do is we link our classroom learning to weekend learning. So we feel like it's a great opportunity for families to engage with their kids and learn, because learning to care for animals doesn't stop when you get out of school. It's like it's
a
0
lifelong.
to 100.
Yes.
So we provide monthly workshops where families and anybody are encouraged to come. And just yesterday, there's Saturday we had, it was called For the Love of Llamas.
Oh,
And we really provided just a forum for folks to learn about llamas. Backyard farms are growing at such a clip. And everybody's like, oh, I love llamas. I'm going to bring alpacas into my yard. And it's a great idea until it's not a great idea.
if they don't know what they're getting into, right?
Right. So we believe that people will make the right choices when given the right information. And so our free community workshops are opportunities for people to learn about creatures, animals, farm animals before making decisions about their care.
So
So
Jenny, you have such amazing programs and do so much outreach. How do you fund everything?
through things like this,
Oh,
things,
oh, the bracelets we make you and
the
other.
bracelets, our swag. We have an amazing group of supporters and donors. Our average donation, it costs to do everything that we need to do. Our budget annually is about $1 million that we give in programming. And then, general maintenance of the sanctuary itself and the organization, and all of that is funded through donors. Our average donation is $250. So,
That's excellent. That's amazing.
yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
obviously engage people and capture their hearts, with what you're doing. I mean, how could you not, really?
Right.
Yeah, right. How could you not? It's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You told me that for the event, you're going to give the first 500 people get a free bracelet with the Catherine CVH logo on it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, your logo is beautiful. It's Catherine's silhouette, and then it has all the animals around it. It's absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Impactful.
Thank you. Well, that's because of your kindness. So thank you
Oh, you're
that
so
we can do what it's such an amazing party favor. Like I just
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's really fun working with you, and really fun and creative to do things using all different animals and all the beautiful colors that are in your branding. I know that you have a marketing background and you spend a lot of time on your branding and making sure that it's beautiful and impactful and speaks your mission. So
yeah. When you look at our logo, for those of you in the watching the podcast, the logo has Catherine's profile in the middle of it and then animals around it. And so it was really fun for us when we first received it, because it really depends. Some people will first see the animals and they'll say, oh, that's amazing. And then other people will first see Catherine. And it just, you never know which. And so we loved it, and we chose the logo because Catherine was so incredibly shy. And so when you got to know her, her personality would explode, and she was just vibrant and dynamic and determined and just every bit of a redhead personality that you can think of. And so we loved it because it's Catherine and the animals, but once you see her, you can't deny her. And so I love the bracelets, because for even these bracelets that are going to be for the first 500, it's almost like they're holding hands with her. Like, I've always felt like
I
here's
love
with her
that.
logo, like, hey, we're here at your party, and she's a part and she's with everybody. So
Oh.
I love it.
And then you have an online store, and you will have a store selling the items there for fundraising. Is that right?
Yeah. So who doesn't love merch?
Yeah. Especially things that you can wear, and then it makes everybody talk about what you have on. Where'd you get that? Well, the butterfly party.
That's right. That's right. So it's cool. We have a group of children that weigh in 3 times a year. We convene the Children's Advisory Board. It was a group that we assembled before we had a full formal board of directors, which is it's so crazy to me to think about it now. But we had a group of, it's 13 kids. The youngest is 4. The oldest on the children, that you stay with the children's advisors through the 8th grade. And so there's the youngest is 4, and then 8th grade. And so one of our meetings is always about, like, what are people looking for? What's the swag? How can we build our awareness through things that people might want to buy, but not just in a sense of like, let's just create stuff that's going to fill landfills and,
Right.
it's going to be a
Plastic
flash
thing.
in the pan.
Yeah.
Yep. They chose bracelets. They said to us when we met this year, they had said, well, have you ever seen those woven bracelets? And so our director of events and programs was like, yeah, we know who we need to call. And so we're so, because we have t-shirts, we have bracelets, we have hats, Yetis. I'm so excited to see people's reaction, because we've been doing the giving bands and they love the giving bands, but then they said, we do something woven? And then, then I came in and I was like, I can't wait to stack them up on the car. They're amazing.
Oh, well, it's going to be so fun to see the reaction. And, this is unusual for me, but I'm going to fly to Connecticut for the event. This is just too meaningful. And so I get to see it in action. So we so loved spending time with you today, and we'll be putting all the information about the event up. Is there a way, and I know you have a donation link, but is the people that can't make it to the sanctuary or to the event, is there a way that people can support you and become one of your tribe?
Yep, absolutely. They can go online. They can learn about us at CVH Foundation, so Catherine Violet Hubbard, cvhfoundation.org. And they can make a donation right there as well. I mean, I think what's amazing and what is so humbling for me is that the butterfly party especially is completely free. It is an afternoon. It's from 12 to 4 on June the 8th. It is completely free. So when you pull up and you get to the green, you see these amazing animal rescues, and you see animal educators with all of their ambassadors. It's like, it is amazing, the volume of animals that are sitting and waiting for these people to arrive. But then we have, because it's a birthday party, it's a celebration.
Right.
We have face painting and we have crafts. and we have interactive demonstrations. We have a scavenger hunt that the Connecticut Autobahn helps us facilitate at the corner of the green. So you see kids in the scavenger hunt learning about pollinators and butterflies and beneficial insects and the plants that support them. It's all free. It's all free. And I think that the reason that it's so successful is, one, it's sponsored with the support like yours. Like we couldn't do fun stuff that we're doing. So sponsorships power these things, power this day. But it also, the sponsorships, besides powering this amazing celebration and community gathering, I think it gives a really beautiful glimpse into what true inclusivity looks like. Because the children standing online, and there's so many events that I used to take my son to, and you get there and it's free, but then you got to pay up the wazoo for face painting and crafts, and you want to go see the demonstration, you got to get the ticket to get in.
Pay to look at the doggy.
Right. And so at the butterfly party, there's none of that. We give out lemonade. Everybody gets lemonade. Everybody gets their face painted. Everybody. There's food trucks there. And so you can buy lunch. We don't give lunch out, but there's picnic tables, and we encourage people, if you want to bring a picnic, bring a picnic. We put a blanket down. And so I think that the afternoon, in celebrating Catherine and celebrating the work that we do at the sanctuary and giving people an opportunity to really immerse themselves in our work, we can show each other what it looks like when we can come together in just the purest inclusive format, that it is possible. So many people have said, how do you not charge people? And, my response, this will be our 8th annual Catherine's Butterfly Party. It's 12,000 people. The sponsorships that we have continue to grow year after year after year, because it's a great marketing opportunity for folks. How can you, no, never, because it feels so right.
Well, it feels right because what you're doing is right, and it's impacting people, and it's impacting animals, and it's impacting our world. So Jenny, what you're doing is amazing, and I'm so proud to be a partner with you. And
Thank you.
So thank you for all that you do. And anyone that wants further information, go to cvhfoundation.org, correct?
That's correct.
Watch for a follow-up from us too, because I'm going to be there with my little camera, and I'm so excited I get to experience it firsthand. But thank you again, and we're looking forward to the butterfly party and all the wonderful initiatives that you do.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenny. You have a great day.
Thanks.